Published 0143 EDT, the 25th of August 2017. Updated 0144 EDT, the 25th of August 2017. When it comes to public enemy number one in the food world, sugar is right up there. But it would seem it's not just the sweet stuff we should be concerning ourselves about, for our salt consumption levels are too high, too. FEMAIL spoke to Australian nutritionist and expert, Susie Burrell, to find out the surprising hidden sources of salt, which include packaged soup, those healthy wraps you buy at lunch, and sauces. Ms. Burrell also explained how you can make sure the amount of salt you're eating is close to or exactly at the right amount. The average Australian adult consumes 2 to 3 times the amount of salt they should be. This does not come from table salt, but rather hidden salts in foods. Stock image. FEMAIL spoke to Australian nutritionist and expert, Susie Burrell, pictured, to find out the surprising hidden sources of salt, which include packaged soup, healthy wraps and sauces, sausage 650 mg, salami 450 mg, bacon rasher 650 mg, stock cube 700 mg, cup of soup 700 mg, 12 cup of baked beans 600 mg, canned tomatoes 800 mg, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce 400 mg, 4 olives 500 mg. An Australian adult should ideally be consuming less than 2,000 mg of salt per day, but recent studies have found the average person eats 2 or 3 times this amount. The wrap question. According to Ms. Burrell, one of the most surprising sources of excess salt is wraps, which many people now opt for as a healthy alternative to a regular sandwich at lunchtime. Popular varieties of wraps could contain more than double the amount of salt than is recommended, Ms. Burrell explained to Daily Mail Australia. She outlined that a review recently carried out by the University of Newcastle found that the salt contained in top-selling wraps in supermarkets over a 12-month period varied significantly, with some containing 6 times as much as others. This is before you even take into account what often fills a wrap, such as processed meats, cheese or sauces, Ms. Burrell added. The expert said it pays to scan the ingredients list and look out for nasties such as 200 potassium sorbate, 282 calcium propionate and 281 sodium propionate. Wraps can be good for you, she said, especially when they have fiber and whole grains, but you need to make sure you're not eating something unhealthy thinking it's a healthy choice. According to Ms. Burrell, one of the most surprising sources of excess salt are wraps. These can contain almost double the amount of sodium that's recommended. Stock image. Prosciutto. Also one to not be fooled by is prosciutto. All processed meats contain added salt to help to preserve them and add flavor, but prosciutto is one of the saltiest, with 2 thin slices containing more than 500 mg of sodium, Ms. Burrell explained. The expert said that ideally we should be having less than 2,000 mg of salt per day, but recent studies have found that the average Australian eats 3 times this amount. This is because our diets are so heavy in processed foods, she said. Not only is a high intake of salt linked to an increased risk of heart disease and stroke long term, but on a daily basis a high salt intake can leave you feeling tired, bloated and heavy as the body retains more fluid. Perhaps one to watch if you're partial to a cheese board with olives and cured meats. All processed meats contain added salt to help to preserve them and add flavor, but prosciutto is one of the saltiest, Ms. Burrell explained. Stock image. Prepackaged soups, sauces and pastes. Elsewhere on the high salt list is prepackaged soups, a popular option for time-starved people who think they're being healthy. Packaged soups, curry pastes and tinned foods are also on the negative list. Pictured. Susie Burrell. That packaged soup you pick up might seem healthy as it has such few calories, but in order to give the mix flavor, often 600,800 mg of salt is included in one single packet, Ms. Burrell said. The same applies to curry pastes. A single 50-gram serving of curry paste contains more than 1,000 mg of sodium, and that is before you count up the other ingredients used to make the curry, Ms. Burrell said. Meanwhile, soy sauce, tinned spaghetti and foods in tins in general are also repeat sodium offenders. Any food found in a tin will generally contain some added salt to help preserve the food, but tomato-based spaghetti options are particularly high, with up to 600 mg in a half-cup serve, Ms. Burrell said. That packaged soup you pick up might seem healthy as it has such few calories, but in order to give the mix flavor, often 600,800 mg of salt is included, Ms. Burrell said. Stock image. So how can you eat less if you're looking to eat less than 2,000 mg of salt each day? Ms. Burrell has a few tips to eat less. Make sure you're looking at food labels and reading ingredients. Stock image. While she said if it doesn't need it, there is no need to add extra salt to your food, she also added that it's not table salt you really need to worry about, it's what's been added before it even reaches your kitchen. Check to see your food labels have labels with less than 400 mg per 100 grams, she said. Avoid processed meats where possible, and measure out your sauces so you're using appropriate portions. She also said it helps to pick low-salt stocks, soups and baked beans. If you have high blood pressure or heart problems, you should probably keep your salt levels even lower, she concluded. For more information about Susie Burrell, you can visit her blog here.